Anthony Mendoza?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr.
This case is a wild ride from start to finish. Meet Anthony Mendoza, a man on probation for his third DWI conviction. But here's the twist. Despite being given multiple lifelines by the court, Mendoza just can't seem to stay out of trouble. With violations piling up, excuses flying, and tensions rising, this hearing is about to decide whether he keeps his freedom or heads straight to prison. Stick around, because the judge's patience is wearing thin, and what happens at the end will leave you stunned.
Mendoza was previously in court and entered pleas of true to counts 1 through 13 in a motion to revoke probation. Currently on probation for driving while intoxicated, third or more. That was a 6-year sentence that was probated for 6 years. I've received an updated pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
Are there any additions or corrections to that report?
No, Your Honor.
Not from the state judge.
All right, Mr. Parker, you may proceed.
Well, a couple of things I want to address. It's a situation I see quite a bit where he's ordered to have to SCRAM and interlock. It's costing $600 a month. And he's...
Here we get a glimpse into Mendoza's main defense, the cost of probation. $600 a month for a SCRAM and interlock device is no joke, especially when you're not legally allowed to drive to work. But here's the catch. While his attorney highlights the unfair financial strain, the judge and prosecution are pointing out something far more important. Mendoza still found the money to buy alcohol. That contradiction cuts straight to the heart of the issue. The question is, are these financial burdens truly barriers or just excuses?
having to go to work, but yet he's not supposed to drive, and so he's driving with an invalid license, and then he's not able to work, and he can't afford to pay for the things he needs to do, such as the 12-step program, the GED program. All those things require money, and that's one of the big issues. But the things I'm concerned about is that it says that he went to the safety relapse program. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but he says he never went to the safety relapse program. I don't know if he was ordered to go and he didn't go, but I think he was in custody at the time, and I'm not sure how that happened. But he also says he's never tested positive for cocaine, which is alleged in here. It addresses an issue that he apparently had with one of the directors of the facility where he became combative, and this also in turn is tied to a SCRAM device. He ended up developing a big sore on his ankle, so he would put his sock behind the SCRAM device, and in this incident he was frustrated and he wanted to take his boot off to show the director the problem that he had, and that's when they were saying that he was being disruptive. He has no other felonies, Judge, and he wants the opportunity to go back he wants to complete his probation. He wants to do the safety relapse. I'd like to hear what they say and what happened with that, but I'm sure there's an explanation, and I think you'd also like to address the court, Judge.
Well, let me first make sure I've got the timeline, because it appears that I see that safety he completed and then was placed on zero tolerance in the high-medium caseload. And after that, there was an issue where he was testing positive, again, for alcohol and cocaine, which I understand he denies the cocaine, but that's what this alleges. And in October of 2022, I'm assuming through an administrative hearing, was granted relapse SafeP.
Yes, sir. There was a motion to revoke.
This is the turning point. From October 2022 to August 2023, Mendoza completely vanished from probation. That's almost a year of zero accountability. And when he was finally found, it wasn't because he came back voluntarily. No, it was because he got arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in Houston. For the court, this isn't just a slip-up. It's proof that Mendoza can't be trusted with probation. What do you think? After disappearing this long, should the court even consider giving him another chance?
That was filed and came before the court, and he was ordered to go to relapse SafeP, and he absconded, and he never went to relapse.
So he wasn't in custody?
No.
Okay. And then, so we didn't see him again until August 11th of 2023 when he was arrested in Houston.
They never told me. You know, I never got the paperwork.
So here's the thing. Whether you probably didn't get any paperwork, come up here to the front in the middle here. From at least October of 2022 until August 11th of 2023, you wouldn't have known about anything because you quit going to probation. You were an absconder. And the only reason we found you is because you were arrested in Houston for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And then in May, we get you back here and you were sanctioned to 180 days in jail. So this is the third time, it looks like to me, that you would have been given an opportunity to remain on probation. Gave you upfront time, continue you on probation. Courtesy supervision was sent to him.
This right here is almost comical if it weren't so serious. When his probation officer told him to turn himself in, Mendoza replied with a single letter, H. No explanation, no excuse, just one character. That's not only dismissive, it screams defiance. Imagine a probation officer trying to enforce the law, and the response is basically a shrug in email form. For a judge already frustrated, this tiny detail speaks volumes about Mendoza's attitude toward authority and responsibility.
Harris County, and then we have the SCRAM device issues still, alcohol violations, interlock violations, aggressive behavior, ongoing alcohol use. So if you didn't do the relapse safety, it's not anyone's fault other than your own, because if you didn't know about it, it's because you weren't going to probation. Mr. Nichols?
Judge, I think it's pretty clear. He was put on zero tolerance a couple of years ago, and here we are on the second time.
Third.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else we could do. So obviously, I agree with the probation department's recommendation for revocation. I think he's had more than enough chances, Judge. In fact, there was one thing I want to make the court aware of. If I can call Ms. Martinez real
Yeah,
quick.
sure. Ms. Martinez, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. Go ahead.
Ms. Martinez, you were supervising, well, Ms. Mendoza was on Harris County supervision, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you were the Jefferson County officer responsible for monitoring, is that correct?
Yes.
And back in October, when he started having these violations and the warrant was issued, did you advise him to turn himself in?
Yes.
And what was his response to you?
He had responded with an email that said, ha.
That was his only reply to you. Did I ask you to print me out a copy of that?
Yes.
Showing you what I marked mistakes Exhibit 1 for purposes of this hearing. Is this a copy of the email with his reply to you?
Yes.
I'll tender to the defense attorney, Your Honor. Tender to the court for purposes of this hearing. I'll offer State's Exhibit 1.
It's admitted.
And is that pretty consistent with his level of cooperation and attempts to maintain probation while he's been supervised?
Yes, sir.
No other questions, Your Honor.
All right, any questions?
Just a couple. I want to clarify on the relapse program. You said he was y'all came to court on motion to revoke. Is that my understanding?
Yes.
And so the safety relapse was ordered by Judge West.
Yes.
And he was here. The defendant was here. Mr. Mendoza was here that time.
Yes, sir.
Well, wouldn't he have been taken into custody?
Let me make sure, because technically I wasn't supervising.
Okay.
Okay. It looks like the hearing was completed over the phone. Okay, wait, he was not here. It was over the phone with the supervisor at that time. Due to him residing in Houston, he reported he had a lack of transportation to report back to the hearing at that time because he had tested positive for alcohol and cocaine. The supervisor had recommended complete relapse safety and issue a warrant for his arrest. So he was made aware at that time that he was going to have a warrant and we were requesting relapse safety.
I have no further questions of her, Judge.
All right, anything
I have
else?
no other questions for Ms. Martinez,
Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Martinez.
I think he wanted to address the court, but we never did because
Sure.
we talked with her.
Go
Would
ahead.
you like to tell the court? Do you want to tell the court?
You're saying I went to safety twice, I never went.
Nobody's saying you went to safety twice. We're saying you went to
You're saying
safety.
I'm
Hold on,
absconding?
don't, listen. I'm gonna let you talk, but don't talk over me. We're saying that you went to safety and then that you were ordered to go to the safety relapse, but you never came and turned yourself in after that phone call where you were told that there was to be a warrant for your arrest. So no, you never went to safety relapse. Go ahead.
She said I was supposed to turn myself in. That was after I did the 9 months where felony assault got dropped to a misdemeanor terrorist. Good.
And here's the breaking point. The judge calls Mendoza out, hard. She reminds him that these monitoring devices and programs weren't punishment for fun. They were the result of his repeated drinking while on probation. Her frustration is clear. Mendoza blames financial hardship, work, even foot injuries. But the reality is, every chance he had to prove himself sober, he blew it. The judge's words cut deep. At some point, you have to take the tools and do for yourself. No more excuses. No more second chances.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was here, y'all let me out. And then I was trying to work, and they kept saying that I was messing with the SCRAM device.
Okay.
So I was actually at work when she sent me a message to my phone. And I was trying to work and trying to pay, for the devices and stuff, since they were violating me for operating my truck without court permission.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I just didn't turn myself in.
Right. So did you respond? Is that email? That was
Yes, ma'am.
that's what you thought about all that?
Yes, ma'am, I did actually say that.
You thought that was funny?
It's because I was agitated and I was taking lunch at work, and I was trying to do things, trying to make money to take the classes, but with being on the SCRAM device.
Well, you had money to buy alcohol. You had, because you kept drinking, because you kept messing, Mr. Mendoza, you have been given so many opportunities on this probation, and I understand that those things are expensive. However, if you had at any time stopped testing positive and having blood alcohol readings that were positive on those things, then you could have eventually gotten off of those. I don't keep people on those for very long, but the reason we had to keep doing it for you is because you kept drinking. You kept messing up. And so you don't get to say, I kept messing up.
And there it is. Probation revoked. 6 years in the Texas Department of Corrections. Mendoza had opportunity after opportunity. Treatment programs, courtesy supervision, multiple warnings. But the violations, the absconding, and yes, even that dismissive email sealed his fate. The judge's final words made it clear. If she could have given more time, she would have. This case serves as a powerful reminder that probation is a privilege, not a guarantee. What do you think? Was the sentence fair? Or should Mendoza have been given one last chance? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.
Seriously, you got the initial probation in 2021. You got you got SafeP, you got some upfront time because of the Harris County issue, didn't revoke you, haven't revoked you, 3 times haven't revoked you, and here we are with all of these violations.
Through the TDCJ program, I was doing what I needed. The only time I had issues when I had the foot problem that I got from the halfway house. That's the only reason they said I absconded from the TDCJ program.
Okay.
I've actually done well through the program, through with the supervision. The only time I messed up is when they stopped supervising me and made me go do these things by myself.
Well, how old are you? How old are you?
I'm 43.
43 years old.
And I have no felonies on my record except for this.
That doesn't mean anything. You have this felony and you have 6 years hanging over your head. And you've been given all the tools. You went to safety. You got aftercare. At some point, you have to take those tools and do for yourself and not come in and say, well, they made me do it for myself, so it's somebody else's fault that I kept drinking. We gave you the tools.
If I can
We're done.
do
At this,
another
we're done.
safety in-
No, we're done.
Let me kiss
At
my
the-
ass.
Mr. Mendoza, turn around. You can say whatever you want, but you're going to face me and you're going to get your sentence. And if at this time I could give you more, I would, I promise you, but I can't. So I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 1 through 13 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, and at this time revoke your probation. Sentence you to 6 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm going to hand you a certification of your right to appeal. This was not an agreement, so you do have some rights to appeal. Y'all need to sign that before you leave right now. You need to sign that you're getting a copy of it, and then we'll give you your copy, and then when you're done with that, you can go back with the bailiff. There you go. That was a first.